Shout out to Media Takeout for posting the following article October 5th of 2019, titled Basketball Wives Reunion Tea, Colorism, Evelyn Being Black, and More. Shout out to the MTO Snap. Saga me and Coochie. Look at me misspeaking. I didn't even get to the article yet. Shout out to the MTO News staff. Okay, here's what they wrote. The first episode of the Basketball Wives reunion is just days away, and MTO News has all the tea on what happened during the explosive taping. Last month, we broke the news that OG filmed the reunion in a special area away from the rest of the cast. Now, here's the rest of the tea. First, there was the, quote, troubling conversation about colorism with host Marc Lamont Hill. Mark asked the audience / ladies if they thought there was a colorism issue on the show after OG brought up the topic. The audience overwhelmingly said no. But a few very vocal members disagreed with the consensus opinion. Thank God, Satan, Lucifer, the milkman, the bacon cutter. Thank all of y'all. As I'm glad that people aren't that stupid. Colorism is fake. You want to know what colorism is? The hatred towards Evelyn Lozada. Shout out to my baby. Then OG started breaking it down. According to the reality star, in order to exist in the Basketball Wives universe as a dark-skinned woman, you have to be one of the following things. Number one, the person is trying to make their way back into the group, example, Jennifer. Number two, a lackey, example, Christian. Or number three, the outsider / person who checks everybody and isn't here for the BS. OG says she falls into that category. So let's get it straight. You got to be the person who's trying to get back into the group. So that means that you were in the group originally. So why were you let into the group if color had anything to do with why people don't like you? So that was a horrible example with a capital whore. Number two, a lackey, which is Christian. What the hell does that mean? How is she a lackey? I thought that she was black. I didn't know that her family was from Iraq. Didn't America go at it with Iraq? Isn't that where Saddam? Anyways, okay, so a lackey. Oh, does that mean that she like follows behind the other heifers? That she does their dirty work? She's a do girl or something like that, like their assistant or something like that, like they're, like they're. I don't want to use the wrong words and then really offend people, but basically like a servant or something like that. Interesting. I don't look at Christian as that. Christian definitely has very strong opinions. She has a mind of her own, and she's her own woman. I don't view her as a lackey. Number three, the outsider / person who checks everybody and isn't here for the BS. OG says she falls into that category. Interesting, heifer, because that's some BS. Because OG, you're the outsider because you're a daggone aggressive football player that threatens to KILL people. So, yeah, I saw the show. I have a separate video coming about that. I'll express my opinion about it later. And yeah, she should be fired from the show for her threatening people's lives. Mark immediately shot down OG's observation and called OG a, quote, liability. Mark, you were right. Good call. OG fired back, questioning the host and asking why she's being singled out, and called a, quote, called a liability / aggressive, while others like Evelyn gets a pass. Instead of answering her question, Mark responded, well, OG, didn't you threaten to break Christian's jaw? The reunion then went to Evelyn's use of the N-word. Pause the article right there. Let me say this. Do I approve of Evelyn using the N-word? No, I don't think any of them should use it. I think it's a disgusting word, and I don't approve particularly of Hispanic people using that word, because there definitely is a word that starts with the letter S and ends with the letter C, and I don't see anybody using that. And I honestly, listen, I think that all like words like that should catch on the way that the N-word did, and then that way people would really stop saying that word, except for really, really dumb. Well, anyways, the point is this. That word is disgusting. All of those racial words are disgusting, and none of us should say any of those words. We should all be careful the way that we speak to each other. We should all be kinder or nicer to each other. That word is not a term of endearment, and that's why I can't embrace it on a personal level. But I understand that some people have not evolved yet past that point where they realize that that's the wrong word to use to ever speak to a person. I understand that some people aren't where I'm at in life. So I also have to be conscious of that. As far as people being liabilities and being aggressive, is OG a liability? Yes, it's potentially, allegedly, possibly, maybe for legal reasons. Is OG aggressive? Abso-freaking-lutely. Are there other people on the cast who are those things? Yes, such as Jackie Christie. Aunt Jackie, I love you, but I had to say it. Evelyn Lozada, who's fine as hell, but she is too. Malaysia Pargo, fine as hell, but you are too. And and it's funny because people said that I was a quote unquote colorist, but this goes to show you, and I love it. Let the comments keep rolling in. I saved those comments. I want to thank you, sisters, so-called, for calling me a colorist so many times, because I guess it was last year, 2018. When the episode aired of Malaysia Pargo, LaQuisha Malaysia Pargo, she should sue for that title of that movie, LaQuisha, because she had the name first. But anyway, when LaQuisha Malaysia Pargo threw the table at Jennifer Williams, who's darker than her, I made videos defending Jennifer. You could just type this in: Meat Magazine, Malaysia, Jennifer fight. The videos should pop up. I made more than one video, if I'm not mistaken. And I was defending Jennifer, talking about how beautiful Jennifer is and how I thought that she didn't deserve that behavior, rather that reaction. And I said, that Malaysia could have harmed her or worse, and that I thought that she was completely out of pocket and she had absolutely no right to throw that table in Jennifer's direction. And not just because Jennifer is hot, which she's an attractive lady, but also because she could have harmed this human being. You know what I mean? Like, she is a person. She's not a thing. She wasn't throwing the table at a wall that doesn't feel. She was throwing it at a live human being. And the situation definitely did not warrant that. Jennifer was no physical threat to her in any sort of way, and definitely not a big enough threat to have a table thrown at her head, face, wherever Malaysia was possibly, allegedly, maybe aiming. And it really hurt me to see that. And the sisters came to my comment section and were basically saying in so many words like, yes, that B did deserve it, and shut up, meat. So the sisters, so-called, jumped down my throat for defending a dark-skinned black woman and being on her side and saying that shouldn't have happened. And I think the security guard, the security person, whoever that was, stepped in and grabbed and caught that table in midair so that it didn't hit my baby Jennifer Williams. Shout out to Jennifer Williams, Miss Bad and Bougie, the Ashley Banks of reality TV. Anyways, let me get back to the article. OG took the lead on this. Let me get back to the article, or should I say farticle? Because y'all gonna be in my comment section full of crap down to the last particle. OG took the lead on this discussion. Also, the reality star said that as a black woman, she doesn't like using the word. It doesn't like other people using it around her. Well, how long did it take you to realize that? Did you realize that you didn't like Evelyn before you realized that you should speak up about the word? Christian immediately jumped in and said, well, OG, how do you feel about people who are Pacific Islanders using the word? OG tried to explain that she would still have an issue, but Christian interrupted and said, oh, because your friend Cece uses it. Quote, Cece wasn't there to defend herself. That's the end of the article. But let me tell y'all something, man. I didn't know that Cece uses that disgusting word. That's not cool, baby. I love you, Cece. I think you're awesome, by the way. And you're a whole MILF. A whole glass of Filipina MILF. I love me some Cece. Think she's a very kind individual. I love the way that she carries herself. She's very mature, and and I have absolutely, positively no issues with Cece. I think that she's one of the most ladylike people on the show, other than Jennifer Williams. I think that the women who win the lady award, who are part of the cast, and Phoebe, the little bit that I've seen of her, which I really didn't watch this season, but just a little bit that I saw of Phoebe, I like the way that she carries herself as well. But other than that, Cece's a lady and Jennifer Williams is a lady, and they're around a bunch of crazy people. I don't know why Jennifer and Cece aren't close. It's actually quite shocking. Okay, so and let me see who else. I mean, that's Christian is somewhat of a lady, but she's also a heifer sometimes too. But I have to kind of be careful on critiquing Christian, because she's like the baddest chick that's ever been on that show. Her, Drea, and Sunday. I can't really critique them because they're too fine. And it is not really fair, because even if I saw Christian exhibit certain types of behaviors, as long as she was no threat to anybody, I honestly can't say that I would go hard on her. I can't, because she's too damn fine. I'm sorry, y'all. It is what it is. But yeah, man, listen, man, OG is off the chain. You obviously don't fit in with this cast, and you need to go back to playing football, because that's what you're good at, hitting chicks with the shoulder pads on and the helmet and the really short shorts. Anyways, are any of those football chicks attractive? Like, does anybody know? Because I might have to tune in, because the little bit that I saw, I was just kind of like, so basically this is like, men with breasts. Like, it wasn't pretty. I mean, it was a lot like male football. I just couldn't, I couldn't watch that crap. These ladies should just have a twerk contest that will settle the beef, that'll settle the score. Let me judge it. Evelyn is already going to score high because the cheekage is crazy on Evelyn. And yeah, they just need to have a twerk contest, because this bickering back and forth is not working. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about it below. Shout out to my baby CC. You and Jennifer are the only women on the show, rather the only ladies on the show. Excuse me, the only ladies. And Phoebe, I'm not perfectly sure, but she appeared to be a pretty cool lady from the little bit I saw of her. So, but I don't want to misjudge her. So that's the only reason why I'm not gonna name her. But for sure, CC and Jennifer are the only ladies that I know of being on the show. The rest of y'all are some whole heifers. A whole heaping hill of heifers. Heifer hooves. Including Evelyn with her fine self. And I've been saying that Evelyn was out of pocket, and that I don't agree with a lot of different things that Evelyn does, but she's fine as hell. And women were still like, well, you're just agreeing with Evelyn and you're on her side. Like, when did I ever say that I was on Evelyn's side? The only thing it said she was fine. I didn't say I was on her side. I said I got millions of dollars. I want to spend some of this money on her, but that doesn't mean I'm on her side. As a man, I like Evelyn. I don't like the way that Evelyn treats women. I absolutely don't, and I acknowledge that. See, some of y'all don't hear very well. That's one of the sister's many problems. That's why y'all have the relationship problems that you do. That's why no man wants to marry most of you, because you're just really ignorant. You're gonna sit up there and try to act as if I was attacking OG and taking Evelyn's side. I never did that. I said flat out that I disagree with Evelyn, and that she's a heifer. They're both heifers. Why do I have to pick a side when they're both acting like idiots on TV? Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Only thing I said was Evelyn was fine as hell, and I'm trying to spend some money on her. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about it below. Whose side are you on and why? Do you think there is a colorism issue? Of course there's not. If you think there's a colorism issue, you're an idiot. But let me know what y'all think about it below. Me Magazine on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and MeWe. Me Magazine blog on Instagram. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell. You click the notification bell, click all notifications. When you click all notifications, if you ever go a day where you don't receive a notification, come to my channel, click the videos tab. and see what you've been missing. And I generally post at least 2 new videos every single day of the year, including holidays. And remember, it's good for you to hear people who have a different opinion than yours, because some of y'all might say, well, I disagree with you, Meek, so why the hell would I subscribe to you, listen to you? Well, because of the simple fact that you learn more in life by listening to all sides of a story, not just one side of the story, but all 3. Listen to what Evelyn has to say, listen to what OG has to say, listen to what I have to say, / other people like me who are commentators, people who agree, people who disagree, people who think they're both ridiculous, people who like both of them, people who like one but hate the other, people who are indifferent. You get all these different opinions, all these different perceptions, and then that way you'll be a more formed, well-rounded individual. Not that the sisters care about anything like that, because y'all care more about arguing and fighting and hating people and calling straight black men the G word and all of the other foolishness that proves that something is really, really wrong with you. And it needs to be fixed.